But one farmer says, seems to me there was a tea party in Boston that was illegal too.
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold.
We shall seek to establish and maintain a dollar which will not change its purchasing and debt-paying power during the succeeding generation.
As anguished shrieks rose up from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
Government credit and government currency are really one and the same thing. A reserve of gold and a small reserve of silver.
So why do central banks hold it?
Well, it's a form of reserves.
Why don't they hold diamonds?
Well, it's tradition, long-term tradition.
Well, some people still think it's money.
Good evening. Welcome back to the Junius Maltby channel. Thanks for joining me here on the most boring channel on YouTube. I won't take up too much of your time because I'm sure most of you are glued to other websites or the news as we sit here now on the brink of what could be World War III. Hard to tell. But what have we seen so far with gold? Obvious reaction, something easily predictable. We've seen it going in this direction the last couple of weeks. On the breaking news of missiles coming from Iran and landing on U.S. forces in Iraq, gold has smashed through the $1,600 mark finally. And it's been climbing this way. It happened a lot sooner than I thought, a lot sooner than many people thought. I mean, just a couple videos ago, at the dawn of this new year, we were sitting at what, 1530, 1540? We thought that was something because we had just passed the 1500 mark. Shortly after, we breached 1550. And it seems like it just keeps on climbing with what's going on in the news, both geopolitically and economically. The tailwinds for gold, the push for it to increase in its value in U.S. dollars, because we all know gold is money, and the value of it really is in relation to the strength of the U.S. dollar. However, that sometimes can be debatable, especially with events like this, where it seems like the geopolitical risk, the uncertainty, and what's taking place is creating a flight towards the safe haven asset of gold as a hedge for wealth, because people are nervous, investors are nervous, and the U.S. stock markets in the futures already declining. I believe we saw the Dow plunging 250 points with this news hitting. Of course, U.S. markets are currently closed. It'll be interesting to see what happens with precious metals as the Asian markets open up, and what we see tomorrow at the ringing of the bell on Wall Street as the stock market opens trading early in the morning. So stand by for that news, for those videos. Here you can see the charts playing by. You can see, again, gold was, last I checked, 1605. It's kind of going up and down in there. It's fluctuating as would be expected. There's a lot of action and activity taking place, but it did break 1600. Silver also rising with the yellow metal. Silver, last I saw, was 1862. So silver up, gold up. And again, this in response to a variety of different types of missiles being reported in the news. It sounds like there was cruise missiles, which I guess I wasn't aware that Iran had those. But some high-end and sophisticated ordnance coming out of Iran and landing on U.S. forces, U.S. bases in Iraq. So there you have it. Rockets hitting air bases in Iraq, driving metals skyward as expected. It's going to be interesting to see where gold ends up this year, ladies and gentlemen, because at this point, all guesses off the table. I mean, there's no really telling. I mean, we're at levels now that just not even a month ago were, vague predictions, kind of gray area, foggy, smoky, not really certain. And you would hear different financial analysts and quote-unquote experts, pros, you know my feelings on those types of people, but a lot of people calling metal prices for the year 2020. We saw 1600 talked about, but no one thought it would come this quickly. And yet here we are. $1,600 gold has arrived. And I guess I'll close with, where are the gold bears now? If you haven't had a chance to see that video, it's not a joke video. Truly, it was an idea born here on the channel from viewers like yourself. So yeah, I do listen and pay attention to the comments. and we had a subscriber throw down a request for a video on where the gold bears are. So I put that video together with the help of guys like Paladin Stacker, pulled together some good archived articles, and it's a good question. You know, where are these guys? Where is the Harry Dents, the guys that were calling for $250, $300 gold, when gold is sitting now at $1,600 an ounce? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the Junius Maltby channel. I have updated the Patreon side of things, the Patreon account, at the request of a viewer. So there's some more options available there on Patreon. If you'd like to support the channel, you like what you see here, and you want to contribute and keep this channel alive, motivated, and growing, go ahead and check out Patreon. And if you want, there's other links down below as well. Be sure to check out the Teespring stuff if you want a nice coffee mug, a sweatshirt, a shirt, anything like that. All right, thanks for tuning in. Have a great night. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.